Okay, Siman Ayin Reish. Of course, often that the Mechaber does that, or the printers do it, that it's really Reish Ayin. It's 270, Siman 270, but because that spells Ra, so he flips it around. So he puts Ayin Reish. Loima Mishnah Bameh Madlikin. So the minhag is to say the Mishnah, the Perek, in Mishnah Shabbos of Bameh Madlikin. Says the Mechaber, Noagin Loima Perek Bameh Madlikin, Vasfardim Oimrim Oisoi, Koidim Tfilas Arvis, V'hunochen. And the Sfardim do it before Mariv, and that is the correct thing to do. Minhag Ashkenaz is to do it after Mariv, to do it right at the end of davening. And of course, the problem is that when you say it, you're saying preparations for Shabbos. Isaratem, Eravtem, Madlikin Saner, and by then it's too late. So when the Mechaber says it's Nochen to do it Kodim to the Sarvis, I think that's what he's alluding to. We'll see in the Mishnah Berurah.
After a couple of Shabbos, no?
Yes, which is also a problem, because by then it's too late. Yeah. So let's take a look. So it says the Mishnah Berurah Sifkot Na'alef, Perek Bameh Madlikin, Lefi sheyesh boy din hadloka, because there's all the halachas of hadlokas neiros. The shleisha dvarim shetzorach adam loim b'seich beis v'erev Shabbos im chashecha. I remember my father had a song from an old Hasidic nigan to these words. Anyway, that's what he used to sing. Because in their places they would daven Marav early. That you know how to light and you remember these three things. Have you been mafresh ma'aser? Eravtem, have you done the eruv? And Madlikus Aner, have you lit the candles? If you look at note 2,
Madlikus Aner is not the same as the other two.
What do you mean?
Madlikus Aner is telling you to do it.
Yeah, it says Belosh and Tzivli. Yeah.
It's not the same as the Raftim.
Yeah. And there's Torah on that. I forget the Torah, but there's Torah on that. Yeah. Havafilu Talmud Chacham. If you look at the footnote 2, Mufluk. Listen to this. You've got a Talmud Chacham Mufluk. So he knows Mishnayos. Not only that, Shegoyim Meseches Shabbos B'chol Shabbos. Serious Talmud Chachamim. They make a siyum of Meseches Shabbos every Shabbos. Yeah, that's the Vilna Gaon used to do that. Others, it's quite an impressive thing to do. Even those very illustrious Talmidei Chachamim should still say Bameh Madlikin. Bebeis HaKnesses in Matzibur. Shem lo yom ha'osu bebeis HaKnesses yilmadu mimenu bnei adam lahakav b'mirosei. Others will say, well, if the rabbi doesn't say it, then why should I say it? So therefore, it will be sort of like a Maris Ayin sort of halacha. Okay. Al-Kain, back to the Mishnah Berurah, about 6 lines down. Al-Kain, that it's correct to do it before. Why? Because by that point, after Marav, it's too late. What about those communities that do it after Marav? Because if a guy comes late to shul, so he'll have time to catch up. So you're adding another few minutes to the tefillah for the latecomer, basically. And therefore, you don't need to say it on Shabbos Chol Hamoed. Why? Because the guy wasn't or shouldn't have been working on Chol Hamoed, so he's not going to come late. Why else would you come late to shul if not for the fact that you were busy at work, right? The Bach says that you say Bameh Madlikin after Kiddush, because the sooner you can bring in Shabbos, the earlier the better. But our minhag is to do it before Kiddush, because of a Prisha Hatam, the Ner or base of a Kiddush Hayim. If you got enough money just for a candle, or for Shabbos candles, or for Kiddush, Ner base Odif. And therefore, Hadlokas Neiros has Chashivas over Kiddush, and Bameh Madlikin is all about that. Okay, base, let's just finish off. Yesh Ein Oimrim Oiseh B'Yontif. When you've got, like this year, we've got Rosh Hashanah and Sukkot on a Thursday, Friday, and then you go into Shabbos, so then Yesha Ein Oimrim Oseh B'Yontav Shechol Yom Erev Shabbos, V'Yesha Ein Oimrim Oseh B'Shabbos Shel Chanukah. There are those who don't say it on Shabbos Chanukah. V'Ein Noagin Kain B'Chanukah, says the Ramah. Or b'Shabbos Shechol Hamoed Ein Oimrim Oseh. V'Chein B'Yontav Shechol B'Shabbos Ein Oimrim Oseh. So why not? So says the Mishnah Berurah Sif Katan Gimel. So the Mechaber says you don't say it on Yontav Shechol Yos Be'erev Shabbos like this year. Lefi she'ein yochaloma isaratem she'ein ma'asrim b'Yontav, because you can't say the words isaratem, because if Yontav is on Thursday, Friday, on a Friday you can't say isaratem, you can't be mafresh ma'isa on Yontav. V'chein b'Yontav Shechol Yos Be'Shabbos mishum loy plug, and therefore so too when Yontav falls on Shabbos mishum loy plug, you don't say it then as well. And Shel Chanukah mipnei she'nizka bo psul shmeinim asurim b'Shabbos v'le b'Chanukah, because you're talking about wicks or on oils that are prohibited on Shabbos but are actually okay on Hanukkah. So therefore, on Shabbos Hanukkah or Erev Shabbos Hanukkah, you shouldn't say it, because it's not appropriate to be saying that you can't use these wigs, but Hanukkah you can actually. So therefore, it's inappropriate to say it. And b'Shabbos, v'chein b'Yom Kippurim shechol b'Shabbos ein omrim osei. So just a couple of quick notes. If you look at note number 3, the second paragraph, he says, "Umitam zeh shlachat tefillah ein to'eles b'mirosei." And therefore, saying it, as we said, after the tefillah is too late. Kosav Orach HaShulchan sheyesh nog b'shleilim meklal b'perek Madlikin. And says Orach HaShulchan, that's why some communities don't say it, because saying it after Marav, which is the minhag, is a bit too late. Sharigam kodim to Zarv is ein to'eles b'mirosei, because even saying it before Marav, there's no to'eles, kivin shekibul kvaris HaShabbos. Right, like we said, you sung the end of L'Chodei Diboy V'Shalom Mizmor Shir Baruch, whatever it may be, and therefore it's too late. And Oimrim Acha Kabbalah Shabbos Kodim Baruch Hu. Maimah Me'azoya Parshas Truma Kav Kagavna. Instead, what do? You say Kagavna. Now that's, of course, Nusuch Sfard, or in the Chassidish Shtiblich to say Kagavna as an alternative to Bameh Madlikin. And just one final point, if you look at number 7, very interesting, Vatam HaDova, this is about Yom Kippur. So the last thing is you don't say it on Yom Kippur. You can't, at the same problem. For the tzorech motzi Yom Kippur, yochel la'aseh oz. And if you need to separate, you can only, because you need to eat stuff, well, you'll do that on motzi Yom Kippur. Why? To light a candle on Yom Kippur before Yom Kippur is a minhag, is not a chiyuv. Another reason you don't say Yom Kippur, that's what we say in the Mishnah. For Yom Kippur, that's not appropriate. You don't do hatmona for the food. For what food? And therefore, that's why the minhag is not to do it when it falls on when Shabbos, like this year, Shabbos falls on Yom Kippur. Yom Kippur falls on Shabbos. Okay.